Shalom, peace to you all. Welcome in, welcome back if you are returning back once again. August the 25th. Man, we're going to be in winter time before we know it. But I do like the fall that's coming up upon us. I like the colder weather. But anyway, if it's your birthday or anniversary or anything like that, happy birthday, happy anniversary. If you're new, my name is Shannon. I'm glad to have you. Buckle up. I feel energy and I'm doing a spiritual warfare against a murderer. My whole process has been recorded. And there are times where I'll just say, excuse me. And sometimes it just is a knockdown drag out. And so anyway, it's just different here. But the Most High will speak to you here. He's very tangible on this platform. The Most High God, Yah, Jehovah, He deserves respect. He deserves your trust and faith. You cannot please Him without any faith whatsoever. And He expects you and I to show up with integrity in the earth. And so if you don't, then you're a low-down scoundrel and you're the people that the Most High, not me, the Most High is showing, that is around people that want to be a person of integrity. He's showing us the douchebags that's around that's going to be smashed and what we need to do for wisdom's sake. Because they are crazy, they're dirty, they're filthy, and God says those people will stay filthy still. The Most High God, He is not religious, and He hates religion. He loves righteousness. It's a big difference. And once you can separate that and understand that, because for a long time, I was such a religious individual, because I grew up taught to be that way, until God says, that ain't about me. And He showed, I don't speak outside of His word, but He teaches us in an upright way. God just wants us to be upright. He does have a structure about Himself, and we are commanded to walk in His structure. And it's not hard. Look, if God's law is on your heart, you're going to be upright. You're going to do things that are right even when you fall down. And that's how you can tell us from them. Okay? I don't put up with demons, and neither does God. He's going after all His enemies, and He's going to get up in their face. So if you can turn today and you're involved in some stuff, you're being warned to do so. And thank you very much. That meant you had righteousness down inside of you. And if you're somebody who just can't, and you're just some kooky freakazoid, you're going down. The Most High will kill you. He says it all the time. He flips out His scripture all the time, telling people He's going to send them down to the lower part of the earth, or kill them, or destroy them, and stuff like that. So He says if people who will not take His instruction, He will destroy them. You are just automatically the God of the universe, the spirit that's inhabiting all things, His enemy, and your breath is desolate. And so I do different type of work here. I'm dealing with those types of people. All right, let's get down here and see what's going on. We have the Emperor coming out. So this is getting up and taking action if he's in the upright. I read energies both ways. He did pop out in the upright. So thank you very much to those of you who are leaders, okay? And you get up and take charge, whoever you are. We've been having government come out really strong because we're dealing with dirty ones, good cop, bad cop stuff, and we're trying to weed out all the freaks that think that they're up in here to take advantage of you and I. And so I'm just fighting them, and God's going to win because He's on our side. The Emperor in the reverse is a stubbornness is as a sin of witchcraft. They're angry. This is crazy in the reverse, okay? And very dangerous individual. You could be dealing with anything from bosses to this just being you in a situation. You could be dealing with your father, a grandparent, a husband energy, or somebody that you do see as that. At the bottom of the deck on this person is the Five of Cups. Now it's in the reverse, meaning somebody took that cup. But look at this. They took the cup, or they're fixing to today, and pour it out. Because somebody has an ulterior motive somewhere. We seen that last night. Somebody was just sitting on the couch with somebody real sweet, and they were nothing but a low-down scoundrel, and they were only there to suck you dry and then murder you and on down the road because the person was a fugitive. So be careful. This is somebody crying over spilt milk. So again, normally there's two cups that remain. There's one cup. The other person's like, nope, acting like they're going to take it. So if it's in the reverse, somebody's turning around to take it, but they're lying. Somebody's a liar here. Okay? Show me more information. The letter D might be prevalent to you, or that's you, person, place, thing, first, middle, last name, positive or negative for any given person who's in an upright or a negative energy. The King of Cups is coming out, and the Six of Pentacles. This is about equal giving and taking. Somebody really isn't. And the King of Cups, if he's in the upright, I mean, obviously all 4 cups are inside of him as well. Somebody does want somebody to get into unity, but somebody really is not. If this is a bribe, folks, today, and you're new, and you're down and out for money, and somebody says, I know that you are, but I can help you. And they say, here, take my money. And you say, well, what's it for? And they say, well, I need you to go do something against another person. As soon as you take that money, God says, you're dead to me. You curse yourself. That's wicked. Would you want somebody to take money on you, do something wicked to you? People do it because they think it's going to pay all my bills, or I'm going to be able to get a car, or whatever it is. You fill the blank. Why ever people take the money, but they're losing their souls out of it? Okay, and a wicked person pulls a bribe out of their bosom to pervert your way. You'll become a pervert now. It's a perverted energy. You open realms of perversion. It's a very karmic spiritual thing that takes place. So I just like to warn people. There's that King of Swords that was in the reverse with that Queen of Cups last night when we read. They're here. Really, really, really either manipulative, cutthroat nonsense. Somebody is out here. Somebody is out here. For some of y'all, this is a military person. For some of you all, this has to do with medical. This could be like a medical person as well, or your ex is out here being some type of crazy kook. Let's take a look at this. Real masculine energy is coming out today. Thank you, Most High. Let me just say I have freedom of speech and I have rights, and nobody has a right to take my rights away. So I just like to say that for legal purposes. Y'all, I slept so good last night. I woke up with God speaking over me, and just the peace and the great shalom that was just, I don't know, I feel so refreshed today. It's just beautiful. The Most High just loved on me all night long, and I needed it. Show me what this is with this Emperor energy. It's a defeat on somebody. Well, he's about getting up and going to war. It's coming out like this on the table. So somebody's still fighting. I'll fight at all costs. It ain't over till I say it's over. Stupid. If that's in the reverse, somebody is angry because it represents that. This is about a redemption out here. Okay? So the P and the D, the PD, or something's real deep going on out here, folks. But this is exposure. Somebody fighting because they don't want something exposed because they're acting on some nonsense out here as well. But this is a dangerous energy to get up in here, especially with somebody who's willing to play with your little emotions. And somebody else is like, no, I'm going to play with your intelligence. If that's in the reverse, whoever is or is not, or whatever this is about, something's about having something exposed out here, and having the rite of passage to go forward. Somebody guilty for some stuff out here. 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords underneath that. Yeah. Anyway, folks, underneath that 10 of Swords is this little page. Hey, take my little piece of money. It's right here. This is a bribe. We'll let it unfold. But this person could be known. This Emperor is somebody that is known somewhere in your world, or something about you is known in your world. But this is a conflict going on with the 5 of Swords. This is defeat. Defeat them. They're guilty. This crap is crazy. I see cutthroat stuff going on today, folks. Or you're already in some type of cutthroat stupidness out here. Show me what is in why can't people just get over? I mean, I guess you can't get over because you're dealing with somebody who's got a lost soul. Those people need to be taken out of your business. Your business is, if this is a work matter, folks, his work comes out all the time. This person's gonna run your business to the ground. Maybe they already started something and it's already on its way. I don't know, if you don't call out for God's mercy. Something guided regardless when the star comes out. Somebody's hoping that somebody will do something out here, but somebody's like cutthroat, nonsense, crazy. Maybe somebody is in unity with you, but there's a third outside party out here as well. I mean, we have 2 kings and an emperor, so whatever this is. I'm also hearing corporate. Okay, show me more information. What's in the hidden space on this, Jehovah? I'm also hearing taken for granted. Something is a challenge because it's jumping up over here on this Emperor. And somebody's confused, or they're trying to confuse something, or obviously people who don't have their soul, they are confused. They're challenged. Somebody's challenged out here around this emperor. Because if this emperor is in the upright, maybe you have two colleagues around you, okay? Or you're fighting for a position somewhere. Obviously, somebody's fighting for something, around something. If you are in love, and some ex is out here thinking they're going to bully an emperor that's in the upright, people don't have no chance with that crap. That stupidness. This person would get the download from God Almighty. And it would be exposed every time. You're defeated. You're defeated. You're defeated. You're defeated. You're crazy. You're confused. You're challenged. Stupid stuff like that out here. But anyway, whatever this is, somebody's got a challenge on them. I just heard a run for their money. Okay. Well, anyway, give them a run for their money. Only Jehovah could do it. There's going to be communications going on today. Maybe even on electronics and stuff. That's like on the internet. This is enlightenment. Somebody, again, something being known out here with that star about you, or you doing something with that energy. And so there is a barrier out here. Somebody's challenged and they're confused, and because they've lied, they've stolen, they're guilty, they've backstabbing some nonsense. So all they can do is bribe. No. Kill them, Jehovah. Kill them. They're doing nothing but wreaking havoc. So in the hidden space, somebody also is enlightened about somebody who is also confused out here. Give us some words, Jehovah. Somebody, again, the word for paid is out here. Envy. Okay, well, somebody crazy. They're ate up with it. The word bones came out yesterday, and envy will literally, it's a very spiritual thing that will naturally eat your bones up. Okay? So you just go ahead and be a crazy kook, and I'm jealous on something. You'll rot. It's rottenness in your bones. Somebody's stupid out here. And somebody don't want this freak. It's somebody else just ate up on some crap out here. Somebody don't want this freak. Nobody wants to be around people like that. Anyway, there's the picture. Oh, I already know about that. Came out yesterday. You could be dealing with a photographer for some of you all as well. Okay, teens are involved in something. They're right here underneath this Ten of Swords and this liar. This individual is out here. Somebody's willing to use teenagers to do some bull crap, and your teenager's going to lose their soul out of ignorance because they're at an age of accountability. And so, again, when God says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and you know, kids, you flash something that they want, just like that, their soul's going to be gone, folks. That's on the parent to teach, train up a child in the way that they should go. When they grow old, they won't depart from it. At the same time, if they don't keep their self with God, I mean, to each their own with their relationship with the Most High God, folks. Okay? You better get a hold of your kids, because God says it all the time on this platform. Talk to your kids. It's important, because you got people even up in high places that'll target your kids to do their little bidding, and their soul's completely gone. That's why they're a ruckus in your home now. Their soul's gone. As sad as that is, just to think about that. That's sad. Devil don't give a rip about no one. Devil's trying to take out as many as he can in this realm. He don't want nobody to pass over for life. But I'm determined. I won't stop. We are victorious, not the wicked, folks. So teenagers are involved. You've got teenagers. You better yank them down in a chair and let them get some information to save their soul. Okay, God's judging something today. He said, pick a side. It's all on that emperor. Everything wants to jump on over on that leadership, because it does go to the leadership. Okay, there's the monitor. Oh, there's the IT worker or the security and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, somebody is foul and nasty, and they're dirty, unclean, they're envious, they're malicious. They'll do anything. They're caught up in a crime. They think they get to wipe their face and go on, and whoever they've hurt, oh well. No, absolutely not. Especially if this is some type of leadership, God, root them out like you say that you're going to. They're spiteful. They're an unpleasant person. And so, again, they can only pour on some little, I'm hearing the word charm. They think they're charming because their stubbornness says it's in a witchcraft. That witchcraft comes out all the time. And they just think they're so charming and I'm so intelligent. And they're stupid. They're stupid. That's a true statement. Yeah, it is a true statement. The color yellow is out here. Yellow can go to your food, your staples. I'm seeing here when I pulled up that little teenager here that God's saying is involved. For others of you, it's just a message. But yellow goes to your staples. And so these people will target poor people and use them for their bidding. They don't give a rip. They don't give a rip. There's something about a travel situation out here at the bottom of that deck. Yellow also goes to an excrement issue because there is an issue out here on this person. This person has a problem. They need to be taken to and put in a straitjacket. A third party connection is out here. Again, so anyway, there are 2 kings and an emperor out here. Okay, and whoever sets up in the upright of an emperor, you got this. I pray for you. Anyway, it says that there's adultery going on out here. There's teenagers involved in somebody having adultery with a page coupled with a emperor, or a page coupled with a king. You guys better find out who your little girls and I guess even boys may be having an affair with somebody out here. Or they're just using those kids to bypass the situation that they were in. But there's adultery out here because God says it's a perverse generation that we live in. Anyway, everything's on this emperor. Whoever's a stubborn piece of nutcase in the negative of that energy. It's an earth sign. So if you're grounded, or there's money, you got money, earth energy goes back to that energy, or it's a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, okay, male or female involved in whatever the crap this is about. It says that the things which are impossible with men are possible with Elohim. At the bottom of the deck, leadership. It is out here. I don't feel a release, so we're going to continue to go on. All the information that we need, Jehovah. Give us insight and wisdom. Wisdom, you are our sister. Understanding, you are our kinswoman. Keep us from strange ditches and whores and strange people like you tell us to say that for. He had the ditch come out yesterday. We don't want your ditchiness in the earth realm. There's a housekeeper involved in something. Yes, there is. For a lot of people. The door is out here, folks. This came out in the reverse, so it might be somebody short. For some of you, it'll be somebody tall. But this is somebody short is out here. Show me more information. The boat, the camp, and the fishing is coming out. We had all those boats and waters as well. And so somebody that you love is coming towards you today. Okay, so if they're also in the upright, somebody else is out here having a flipping cow about whatever that is, because there's a third party involved in something. If you love somebody and you don't understand that they're up to something, they're using you, because that's what that message showed real big yesterday. You just need to be on your guard, and you and I need to have discernment all day long. Just stay in the truth, folks. We stay in that lane, we're good. Jehovah will guide our step. Order our steps in your word, Jehovah. There's a preacher involved in, that preacher was backwards yesterday. There's the judge that took the bribe the other day, and then the little movie star. The star is out here. Somebody just a little actor somewhere. There's the military right there as well. Okay, well, it is all out here. So any of those connections. Show us more on this emperor energy. He's all about the crown chakra. The head, the brain, the eyes go back to the first house. Okay. Being stressed and being worried. Somebody's jumped in that confusion and challenged, but somebody else, if you're upright, you know somebody's foul, dirty, envious and spiteful and gross out here in their spirit. Okay? Anyway, they're worried about something because there's legal paperwork around some stuff. We got a judge out here, folks. We know somebody that judge took that bribe, and God said, I'm going to kill you for it. God, out of his mouth, said, you kings and you judges, you better be wise and you better kiss my son. At least you tick me off just a little bit and you perish in the way. But we've seen that judge being tempted with that bribe a couple of days ago. That judge took it. I got on camera yesterday and God had me to say some judge is fixing to die for taking that bribe. That bribery is out here. They're perverse. They're nasty. They are challenged because they'll never get back to God. There's legal matters out here. Lawyers, paperwork, nonsense. What else is on this Emperor energy? This is that. So, for some of y'all, that's a stupid preacher. They leave people out, or somebody going to be in their feelings, or they're trying to use fake feelings out here or confuse them. Okay, somebody might be trying to give somebody a silent treatment, like that'll make you go, "What's wrong with you?" We don't chase nobody, folks. We don't play games. We don't pull on people's energy to do things for us. We just show up and we're in the moment. We say, what do I do about this, God? And we do that. You got people playing games and trying to be all confused something over here. We're dealing with people who have no soul. They do not care. They play mind games. They're nuts. They're dangerous. They need to be put out of society. We don't tolerate this bull crap. Okay, time. Okay, something has been going on for a long time, or procrastinating time. There's that lust nonsense again. It was really strong yesterday. It says greed by any means. They don't give a rip, and they'll say hallelujah on their stage as well. For some of you all, if this is an adultery situation, for those of you dealing with that, if you broke something off with that person, they're doing some crazy stuff, especially if you messed around with a teenager and you shouldn't have. You got their emotions all whatever up in some bull crap out here. Now somebody's house is just upside down in some nonsense. I don't know. Somebody needs to put a barrier. Look, there it is again, showing they got a barrier, or there's going to be a barrier in your soul if you take that money. Look at all that money. There is the court. There's a judge out here either giving the bribe today again, or somebody's bribing on the judge. However it's going, but if a judge is taking that bribe, you're screwed. I don't care. That's illegal. That's a breach in the spirit realm. The conflict. It came out in the reverse. The conflict. There's the boat, the camp, and the fishing that's out here. There's a conflict out here. This is clashing differences, and somebody will do whatever they want, cutthroat, because of some stupid stuff, okay, that they've done with illegal paperwork. Okay? Completely done. Okay, well, good. See you later. Leave people alone, man. Go away. We don't want your kind. Cuff these people today, Yehovah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The letter F. There's fraud out here. That's all fraud. And they're willing to pay somebody else's money that they stole to try to think that they're going to get it at the end. And wipe their face and look how victorious I am. And they're stupid. This is children. Again, those of you who have teenagers, you really need to talk to them. Okay, and this is something that's unfolding for us still. This tells us to trust. Then we have, what is this? The letter B, FBI came out. We have government and leadership out here. Okay, Facebook, somebody's best friend is also out here with the F and the B, but somebody's fibbing out here. Beef. If that's an earth sign, then it would be telling us a Taurus is out here around something going on as well, whether you're upright or not for any given person. A baby situation is out here. That baby comes out all the time. And then we have the letter Z that came out. This could be like the Chariot. We do have the travel just to bring something out here for a confirmation. So we have a housekeeper as well. There's the broom and the mop right there. It's also leadership, and we're dealing with war, and it looks like a rocket. It also looks like a bird's leg, and we have the United States of America then would be out here that way as well. So anyway, somebody standing up here with their hands up. Somebody needs to go to flipping jail and do their time there. Okay? All right. But it represents a shield of protection, because Jehovah is our shield. Whom shall we fear? Whom shall we be afraid? I don't care where somebody sets, folks. We set in a higher place outside of this realm when we're connected to the Most High God. And God tells us, you cling to me. You cling to Jehovah alone. Okay? No person or demon in hell could touch you and I when we have the protection of the Almighty Elohim. Okay? So the Z and the D and the Z, one direction or the other together, goes to boiling with pride. You go ahead and boil with pride, because you can't do otherwise. You're all full of lust and envy. You're trapped. I didn't even know these were underneath that lust card. And they are trapped. That's why they're nasty, filthy, and disgusting individual. Pick a side, folks. Because this is a losing side out here. You'll never win in this stuff. And if you are caught up in this and you do still have your soul, you need to completely be done. Look what's underneath that little side piece. Giving a little phone call. You better walk away. You better walk away. It's telling the story. They're trying to escape out of something. They're trapped. They've been trapped for a long time. Anyway, I send you love and light. You pray for me. I pray for you. Until next time, stay in peace. Shalom.